Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Essential Yoga Space, and I am your host, Pili Bailey. I am so happy that you're here. Maybe you don't know who I am or why you're watching this video. Well, hopefully it's because someone has shared this video link with you, somebody who cares about you and who knows that you care about your health and want to know more about how you can support your health naturally. So a little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Pili Bailey. I'm a yoga teacher. I have a master's in chemistry, and I'm an aromatherapy expert. I devote my time and attention to helping people to feel well, and I love educating people about how to use essential oils to support their healthcare goals, whatever they are. So today we're going to talk about my favorite source of health and wellness products from doTERRA International. So maybe you've heard of doTERRA or maybe you haven't. I'm going to share with you a little bit more about doTERRA and how it can help to support you and your healthcare naturally. So as you can see, I'm sharing here a slide of natural fruits from the earth, right? And that is exactly what doTERRA means. It means gifts from the earth. And so a little bit about doTERRA. doTERRA is one of the largest distributors of essential oils in the world. They're committed to providing the purest, most potent, and therapeutically effective essential oils on the market today. doTERRA has literally raised the bar when it comes to the industry standard of purity and potency. Their oils have no fillers, no pesticides, no artificial ingredients whatsoever. And what's beautiful about doTERRA is that their plants are grown in the places where the plants grow natively. And this is super important so that the essential oils will be as therapeutically effective as possible. Also, doTERRA is a science company. Their oils are being used in third-party research from major universities and research institutions around the country and around the world. And they are at the forefront of shifting the healthcare landscape, making it possible for each one of us to have choices about our healthcare and to be able to work with educated healthcare professionals who want to give their customers, their patients, more options to take care of their health. So families tend to turn to doTERRA when their current approach to healthcare is not giving them the results they want. They're tired of being in and out of the doctor and going to, taking endless lists of prescription medications for everything, full of toxic side effects, and not wanting to continue to pump their body full of stimulants and toxins from over-the-counter medications as well. And they're wanting to do things more naturally. They're also wanting things that are safe that they can use for every member of their family and not just the adults in their home. This is a movement. doTERRA is at the forefront of a healthcare movement that is disrupting the status quo and helping to bring the tools of health and wellness into the homes of every person who can help then share it with their family and their friends. So I'm so glad that you're here today. It is my pleasure. It is my utmost joy to use these products to educate people about them and to recommend doTERRA essential oils to those that I know and that I love. And so here, let's jump right in. So obviously, as a person with a science degree, for 12 years, I worked in the research industry for patents. So basically looking at pharmaceutical, biomedical, biotech patents, reading all of the scientific literature out there. I am well versed on reading PubMed, Science Direct, going into Google Scholar, Google patents. I have, 12 years of experience using paid databases as well to do detailed research in the healthcare field. So when I found doTERRA, it was really important to me that I found a company that was very transparent about what they put in their products, and also very transparent about the effects of what their products do, and then making sure that it was backed up by science. So those three criteria were met with doTERRA, and that's why I do the things that I do. That's why I share these with such passion. Also, it works. So I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time talking about something that doesn't work, that is not proven to be effective, but the research shows that it's effective. The individual experience shows that it's effective. The over 7 million people around the world that are using doTERRA essential oils say that it's effective. So let's dive in. Let's talk. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to a revolution for your healthcare. If this is your first time learning about doTERRA essential oils, I am so proud. I am so privileged to be the one to introduce you to doTERRA. If you have already been working with somebody and they have already shared doTERRA with you, then please contact them at the end of this video and get started with your oils. What are you waiting for? But if you're working with me, or maybe you've stumbled across this video and you don't have someone that you're working with in your area, please feel free to message me, to contact me. I would be more than happy to help you get started and to mentor you through your essential oil journey. All right, let's get started. So typically what I do is, if I was doing this one-on-one with you, I would ask you about your healthcare goals, your needs. What are the things that are most important to you? Because I don't want to bore you with an endless list of things that you don't care about, okay? So what I will do is I will role play, I guess. I'll role play it so that it's as though I am talking to you or to someone who has the typical healthcare needs that doTERRA products can help. Okay, so that's the way we're gonna roll this. So, like I said with doTERRA, why should you choose doTERRA? Well, doTERRA is an industry leader, setting the standard of purity and potency, and making sure that other companies are rising to the challenge. Okay, another reason that I absolutely am passionate about doTERRA essential oils is because the company is committed to sustainable and ethical harvesting practices, making sure that we will have these beautiful botanical plants with us for generations to come. That is super critical in this oversaturated now market, where all these different companies have seen the power and have seen how effective doTERRA has been at helping people to use essential oils, and now they're all jumping on the bandwagon trying to get a piece of the party. But you have to do it in a way that continues to sustain and keep the integrity of the purity standards and the potency standards every single time. So hands down, doTERRA's doing it, and I'm all about it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about why you might want to choose doTERRA. So one of the things that I love about doTERRA is that they put their products through 5 rounds of testing. They make sure they're pure every single time, and if it's not meeting that purity standard, they will not put it on the market. They're also paying an ethical living wage to the people that they are contracting with to harvest and produce these oils. They're going into communities around the world and leaving it better than how they found it. Building schools, educating women, bringing in water resources, helping people to use their own land to be able to make a sustainable income for their and their family, helping them to rise above systemic poverty. I feel really great about supporting doTERRA. All right, so maybe you're new to essential oils completely, and that is awesome. I am so happy that you are here. Most people have heard about an essential oil at this point, even if it's just, well, I know that they put them into my hair care when I go to Aveda, right? So an essential oil comes from a plant. It comes from different parts of the plant, the seeds, the bark, the stems, the roots, the flowers, other parts of the plant. If you're interested in taking a deep dive into what it means and why different oils coming from different parts of the plant can have a different effect on your body, if you're interested in taking a deep dive into that, then see my class that is called The Foundations of Essential Oils, okay? Or parts of the plant. Foundation of Essential Oils, parts of the plant. It's so awesome. It's going to go deeply in. You're going to look at different oils from different parts of the plant. It's going to be awesome. So make sure that you check that out. So essential oils, they're highly concentrated, 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs, okay? You have a peppermint tea, right? And that's made from herbs. You take 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint, it's the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's super strong. I've actually done this before. I put a drop in, when I first started with doTERRA, I thought, I'll just have some peppermint tea. I filled it up with hot water. It was way too strong. So I had to dump it out into a pitcher of water and fill that up. And then I had tea all day long, and it was glorious. So how are these plants harvested? How are they produced? So basically essential oils are either steam distilled or they are harvested by cold press. That's important because if something is extracted, so here the word extract is here. This slide I took from, it was given to me, and so I would change the wording on this, okay? I would say distilled from plants, because something that is extracted, that says that it's a solvent is being used to bring the chemical compounds out of that plant. Okay, sorry I'm taking a little bit of a deep dive into the chemistry, but I just want to be very particular about what I share with you. So the essential oils from doTERRA are either steam distilled or they're cold pressed, primarily. Sometimes you'll see ones that are absolute, right? So it might say Jasmine Absolute, right? That means that it was extracted in an alcohol, in ethanol, and so they can't call it an essential oil, they call it an absolute. All right, let's move on. So there's 3 ways that you can use an essential oil aromatically. So that's probably a way that you've probably already experienced an essential oil. Somebody who's had an oil on walked past you and you smelled it and you're like, hey, you smell amazing. What is that, right? So that's aromatic. Or maybe you've walked into a store or into a health spa and you see a little diffuser with steam coming out of it and a beautiful aroma. That is a way to use essential oils aromatically. So essential oils are volatile aromatic chemical compounds, okay? They're natural chemical compounds coming from plants, botanicals. When an essential oil gets raised above its natural boiling point, so it becomes a vapor, essential oils have a very low boiling point. So for example, just placing it on your skin, it's gonna evaporate, and that's why you smell it. But it really helps to purify your airways, it helps to purify the air, and it also helps to uplift your mood or shift your mood. I'll say shift your mood because it goes into your olfactory system through your nose and hits a place in the brain that is the seat of your emotions, and it helps to shift how you feel. It's super cool. Topically, you place it on your skin. A great rule of thumb when you're using essential oils topically is put it where it hurts, or internally. So I would not recommend using essential oils internally all the time or from any particular company, any other company, I should say. But with doTERRA essential oils, I do recommend that you can occasionally use essential oils internally because essential oils have been used for many years in the food industry to flavor foods, okay? You can use them when they are diluted, and we're going to talk about what dilution looks like in just a second, but you can use them when they're properly diluted safely and effectively internally in the body of an adult. I do not recommend giving internal essential oils to children under 6 years old. And ultimately, using essential oils aromatically and topically have such profound effects on the body that sometimes you don't even need to take them internally. So if you're on the internet and you look at essential oils long enough, you will see that there's a controversy around taking essential oils internally. So that's why I spend a little bit of time around that, giving you the caveat of, yes, you can take essential oils internally. Do you want to take them all the time, every day, many different types all the time? Maybe not, because you can get some of the same beautiful effects aromatically and topically that you can internally. Okay, so any questions on that, please feel free to message me and we can talk more about your specific needs. All right, so essential oil safety. Make sure that you never put it in your eyes, your ears, your nose, or any other sensitive areas. In your ear canal can cause a burst eardrum. So never put essential oils inside of your ear. Now, you may have heard that you can use essential oils for earaches. You can. You would place it on the bone behind the ear. When you're applying essential oils to your body, it's always a good rule of thumb to dilute them. So let's talk about dilution. Oil goes with oil, right? So it's an essential oil, meaning that what you can dilute an oil with is another oil. So you never want to use water and think water is going to dilute the essential oil, because it's not. So when you're placing it on your skin topically, be sure to use a carrier oil, such as coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. Maybe you like using jojoba or vitamin E. Any oil that you would, cold pressed organic vegetable oil that you would put in your body, I recommend using it on your body, because your skin is your largest organ of your body. So you want to make sure that you are putting things that, when they're absorbed, are going to cause health in your body and not disrupt health. Okay? So let's look at the labels. When you buy oils with doTERRA, or even if you go onto their website and you click on shop products and you look at the different products they have, you will see this legend at the bottom. So let's look at that really quickly. Down here, application methods. A means it can be used aromatically. T means it can be used topically. I, internally. For skin sensitivity, when you see something that says in, it's saying that the oil is relatively mild and can be used without dilution. Something like a lavender or a helichrysum can be an example of that. S means sensitive skin. So if you have sensitive skin, broken skin, if you're a young child, if you're a pregnant woman, if you're an elderly person, you should dilute your oils. Dilute, D, so it's in big red. It's telling you dilute this oil, because some oils can be dermotoxic to the skin. They can be sensitizing to the skin. They can cause skin sensitivity and sometimes burns. So we'll talk a little bit about which oils you want to watch out for in terms of using them topically. But as with anything that is powerful and effective, you want to make sure that you're using them safe, but it's not to say don't ever use them, right? I remember I was on social media recently and a friend posted, like, what are your natural remedies for, you know, my kids, they're sick and I want to help them. What are some of your natural remedies? And so everyone's posting their things that they think are really great. And, you know, I posted about some oils, and I had somebody respond back that said, you know, be careful with lavender oil. I used it and I got a major allergic reaction. So I don't usually engage in those kinds of conversations because it can just go down a rabbit hole. I'm not one of those people that's going to get into a Facebook argument ever. So, you know, but what I realized was there's a couple different questions you need to ask. Well, where are you getting that lavender? 2, are you allergic to lavender regardless of whether it was essential oil or not? Some people are super allergic to botanical things. They're super allergic to everything, you know? And so maybe it's just not right for them to use it. But does that mean that you should tell everyone back off because I had this reaction? I don't know. What do you think? All right, so moving on, making sure that when you're using essential oils, if you do choose to use them internally, that you always use it in glass or stainless steel, never plastic and never styrofoam. I had a wig stand that was made out of styrofoam, and I saw some like black stuff on there, and I thought maybe it was mold, and so I put some essential oils on there, and I came back a few minutes later and it had eaten through the styrofoam. So yeah, imagine if you did that in a cup and you drank it. Don't do it. Okay. So what we're going to talk about next is some of the typical health concerns that people have. And then I'm going to show you some of the products that can really help in those situations. So let's talk. I mentioned allergies. A lot of times people have things like allergies, right? Or they are struggling with, you know, headaches. They have aches and pains, muscle aches and pains. Sometimes people, you know, have, you know, eczema or skin irritations that they're needing support for. Sometimes you just get sick. Like I know that if you have young kids at home or kids that are school age or they're in daycare, you've probably gotten sick at least once or twice in a week, right? No, at least once or twice, right? In the year. And so maybe you're wanting to fortify your body and your family's immune system so that you don't constantly pick up every environmental pathogen that's going around, right? You know, what are some other things that are interesting to you? What are some other things that are actually that you're struggling with? I would love to hear about that because I do like to put together mini classes or just jump on in my Everyday Aromatherapy Facebook group where I will teach people about the things that they care about. And I pull in information from different sources. So I like to do my own research and go into the scientific literature and look at what are the studies that are showing that this is really effective in this particular area or system of the body. So if that's something that you're looking for, if you would like to have mentoring in a deeper level with essential oils, then please look for me in my Facebook group, Everyday Aromatherapy. All right, so I'm going to go through some of the top products that doTERRA sells and show you how they can help with your health, okay? So let's look at the first one, lemon essential oil. So lemon essential oil is a beautiful oil. It's citrusy. When I use it in my yoga classes, I will go around and give everyone a drop, and just seeing their eyes, they'll put it on their hands, they'll breathe it in, and their eyes will just get wide, and they start to smile. The corners of their mouth turn up, right? So they should have a warning on the bottle, may induce joy, right? Lemon essential oil is really powerful for supporting an uplifted mood. You can also, I don't know how many of you out there have kids, but have you ever had the child that decided to put a sticker on your windows in your car or on your glass table and you've been struggling to get that sticker off? Well, struggle no more. Put a few drops of lemon essential oil on there and then wipe it away with ease. Awesome stuff. All right. Lavender essential oil is probably one of the most popular oils around because it's used in so many different products, right? Because of its anxiety and calming, anxiety relieving and calming effects. Okay. It helps with sleep. It helps with mood. But one thing that you may not have known is that lavender is actually a very powerful pain reliever. So when my son is at the park and he scrapes his knee, I always will use lavender in addition to an oil that will be a cleansing oil, but I will always use lavender on there because it soothes and takes the pain away. Or for example, if you've ever been cooking and you touch your finger to a hot pot, or you're bringing something out of the oven and you get a burn on your hand and you feel like your hand is just burning for the rest of the night, put a few drops of lavender on that and it takes it away. Peppermint essential oil is another one that is so powerful. I talked a little bit about it earlier where I said, 1 drop is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. But if you're ever getting tired or fatigued at the end of the day or in the middle of the day, like just before you pick up your kids from school, or, you're in the middle of your work day, it's right after lunch and you feel like you just want to go to sleep. You get that after lunch malaise, have peppermint with you. You put a drop of that peppermint on your hands and you rub it together and you cup your hands in front of your face and breathe in. It will wake you up. Your eyes will open, okay? Also, if you're ever struggling with respiratory issues, you're having a hard time getting a deep, full breath, peppermint can help. Or with digestive issues, peppermint. Okay, so this one is really great. Now, I just covered 3 oils: lemon, lavender, peppermint. This is I call it the trifecta, because if you combine lemon, lavender, peppermint together, it can help you with symptoms such as, watery eyes or itchy throat when you're, you're having where it feels like there's a lump in your throat because it's all swollen due to maybe you've gone outside and there's been pollen, or you've come in contact with, cat dander or things like that. Excuse me. Lemon, lavender, peppermint. Put them together. You can either have them in a diffuser. You can put them in your hands and rub it together. Breathe in. Or you can take a drop of each under your tongue. Very powerful stuff. All right, so moving into another oil that's going to be super uplifting. Also one that I use in my yoga classes, and it never fails to bring a smile on the face of the participants, is wild orange. You can place it in your water. It can help to support a healthy immune system. And it's just a great oil for uplifting and boosting the mood. So let's look at Melaleuca. So I mentioned that when my son goes to the park and he scrapes his knee, that I always have a cleansing oil. Melaleuca is my cleansing oil. I like to use it instead of using toxic hand sanitizers that have endless chemicals that are really not good for you. I will have my son, the bathroom at the park that we're at does not often have soap. It's usually out. And so we'll wash the hands with the water, and then I'll put the Melaleuca on and we'll rub that on as well. And then, sometimes we'll add a little wild orange as well, and because those are all very cleansing. I had a friend who had gone for a pedicure and afterwards had that burning, itching feeling in her big toe. And she went to the doctor. They prescribed over-the-counter fungal medications, and it just was not helping. And the itching was spreading. It was getting worse. And so she, came to me. We got her some Melaleuca, and she applied it. And within that day, the itching was gone. She used it for 3 to 4 more days, and there was no more issue. It was beautiful. So Melaleuca is one of those things that it's really powerful. It's great to have, and it can help when you're fighting off environmental and seasonal threats. Frankincense. Okay, frankincense is the king of oils. It is the oil that if you don't have any other oils in your home, you need to have frankincense. It helps with skin. rejuvenation of the skin, creating that beautiful, smooth, glowing skin. It helps anytime you have wound care and you want to help it to heal without scarring. You can also use frankincense essential oil to support your cellular health. Okay, it's an oil that is very supportive of healing, and you can use it for many, many conditions that you need to heal. Here's a challenge for you. I want you to go to Google Scholar, and I want you to type in frankincense and the brain, and I want you to type in frankincense and cancer. You do your own research. So that is why I'm here. I'm here to support you in doing your own research. And so one of the areas that I like to go is PubMed or Google Scholar. So you do that, maybe not right now because I want you to finish watching this video, but after this video, go ahead and do that Google Scholar. And then I want you to send me a comment and let me know what you found. Add some links in the comments below so that I can know, and we can have some links starting for everybody to start to see that there is research out there supporting the use of essential oils for your health in a very scientific way. Balance. So this is an oil that I have with me always, okay? If you ever, let's see, do you ever have those mornings where it just seems like everybody's in a crabby mood and there's high, intense talking to each other, and maybe, you know, you get in the car and you're in a huff and you're just like, you're just trying to get somewhere, but people decide, like I have a 4-year-old and they decide that they just need to play with this last toy, even though I have a yoga class I need to get to. Okay, I don't know if this ever happens to you or anyone else, but sometimes I get really tense in the mornings with my kid. So I always have balance with me. I apply balance to me, the back of my neck, my shoulders, and I breathe in. I also will apply balance to my son so that we can both be more balanced and help bring in the harmony in the situation. So this is a beautiful, beautiful oil for helping to ground you and to calm. Serenity is the second in this oils of helping to ground you and to calm you. This also is one that helps with sleep. So literally every single night in the diffuser of my son's room, we put Serenity to help him to knock out and have the best sleep of his life, because he's a growing child and he needs to get as much sleep as possible. Also, it helps us as we go through the bedtime routine that seems like whack-a-mole, right? They just keep getting up and keep getting up and keep getting up, and you're just like, please just lay down. So he calls it the candy oil. He loves it. But for you, this might be an oil that you choose when you're feeling anxious, stressed, needing to calm. Using balance and serenity together can be super supportive for warding off panic attacks. I like to have serenity and balance with me when I get on the freeway. I live in LA, and the freeway is super stressful all the time. So balance and serenity are always with me. Maybe you sometimes suffer with head or neck tension. Maybe you sometimes have low back dis-ease, right? So your low back feels crunchy. You get up in the morning and you're like, oh, my back. Past tense is the best oil for this, okay? It's a combination of many different oils that are very supportive of relieving inflammation in the body and helping to reduce pain. So wintergreen, lavender, peppermint, frankincense, cilantro, marjoram, Roman chamomile, basil, and rosemary. It's fresh, it's minty, it's herbal, it's beautiful, and you can bring it with you in your bag. It's great on the go. When I'm dealing with, head and neck tension, I will apply it to my temples and the back of my neck, and it just really helps the tension to go away. I'm feeling like I need it right now because I've been sitting here too long. Do you ever get pain after you've been sitting for a long time? And as a yoga teacher, I know better than to sit all the time. I feel like I just want to stand up. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to shift to the edge of my chair, and I'm going to roll my shoulders back and help to take my sacrum, that bone at the base of my spine, forward and down so that I can sit up more tall and straight and help to relieve some of the tension in my neck. Okay, that's just a little bit of what I do in my chair yoga class when I'm teaching at universities or at public or at corporations and things like that, helping people to learn how do you rehabilitate after you're sitting for so many hours. But past tense is another thing that you can have in your desk or in your bag, in your purse, and take it with you. It's awesome. All right, so we're in this, like, how do you deal with muscle aches and pains and tension? All right, so in addition to past tense, there's also aroma touch. So you'll notice that this one has cypress in there. Cypress helps with circulation. It also has that marjoram again and lavender. Remember we talked about lavender being helpful for releasing pain and also for soothing tense muscles. Well, marjoram and basil do that as well. And then there's the grapefruit. So we looked at lemon and we looked at wild orange, and maybe you noticed that these citrus oils have the power to both calm you and also elevate the mood. So these are all together, it's going to help with releasing feelings of tension and soothing the nervous system. It's awesome. Amazing. I love this. This has like become one of my favorite blends, and it's always in my bag with me. All right, so let's say you're on a road trip. You stop by the local, mom and pop shop or the local Greasy Spoon. You order food that you don't normally eat, and your stomach starts to rumble. You start to feel bloated, and you start to have that gas. You're feeling heartburn, indigestion. You are going to want to have Digestion with you. So it may not be something, you may not struggle with digestive issues all the time, but when you do, you will be so happy to have Digestion with you because it works super fast. It is one oil. I teach a aromatherapeutic yoga workshop, and I had a student come to the class. This happens quite often, actually. I had a student come to the class who was recovering from the stomach flu. Now, it's never something that I love to know up front, like, hey, I've just been, recovering from the stomach flu, and I've been on my back for the last 3 days, and I'm kind of going, why are you here? But at the same time, I'm like, yes, I am so happy that you're here because I have something that I can give you that will help you. So I give the oil to the student, and I have them rub it on their belly. I have them take a drop internally. And by the end of the class, they came up to me wide-eyed, and they were like, I don't know what it was that you gave me, but that stuff really helped me. I felt better in 5 minutes, and then now I don't have any of the discomfort I was having when I first arrived. So I hear this over and over again about Digestion. I've experienced this as well. We went to Cancun a couple years ago to celebrate my birthday, and we were there for 5 days. The first 3 days were awesome. The second 2 days, I was stuck in my hotel room, from the bed to the bathroom, if you get what I mean. And I was so grateful that I had the Digestion to help relieve some of that discomfort. So moving on. All right, breathe. You know what it feels like when you cannot breathe. You feel that discomfort where you can barely breathe through your nose. your voice sounds kind of like this, and you could barely like speak. Your throat is a little bit constricted, and every time you breathe, it feels like you're breathing through, you know, a water vessel, right? Because you have so much congestion in your chest. That's when you want to use the Breathe Respiratory Blend. Okay, it's a combination of different oils that are going to support your respiratory system completely. And I absolutely love having it in the diffuser. So literally during like cold and flu season, we just have Breathe and OnGuard, which we'll talk about in a second. We just have Breathe and OnGuard going on repeat around the house, right? Because it's going to support our airways. It's going to help with our to fight off seasonal environmental threats, and it's going to help to bring our body back into balance. Okay, good stuff. And you can use it for kids. You can use it for kids. I know there's a controversy around using eucalyptus or peppermint around kids. If that's an issue, if that's something that you're just like, I can't use that for my kid, then let me know, because I have another suggestion of oils that I put together when my son was really young, and I didn't want to take the chance of using the peppermint or the eucalyptus on him, and it worked very well. So message me and I can give you some suggestions for that. All right, so I'm going over some of the oils that are in the one of doTERRA's best-selling kits. It is one of the best-selling kits because, as you can see, all of these oils or things or products are things that you can use throughout the days to help your family to heal naturally. So Breathe, we just talked about the oil. This is just a vapor stick. It makes it super easy to rub on the chest of the little ones. If you're going to put it on a little person, I would rub it on their back, because somehow when it cuts on their chest, they touch things and it gets in their eyes. You don't want that to happen, so I would rub it on their backs. Deep Blue. This one is the oil that you use if you've been working out, you just joined CrossFit, you maybe are a weekend warrior, you go on long hikes after not moving a whole bunch, or you've decided to get back in the gym and you're hitting it hard and you come home and you have those sore, achy joints and you need some relief. Deep Blue, that's going to help you. All right, so ladies, sorry guys if you're watching this, but actually you should probably take notes, because if you get this for your wife, you will be happy and so will she. So Clary Calm is the monthly blend. This is a combination of essential oils that help to balance and soothe your cyclical flow. So let's say you usually have a big dip just before you ovulate and maybe you feel like a crazy person. Clary Calm. Maybe during your menstrual cycle, you have achy back and cramps and you're feeling just so bloated, and maybe you have like a low mood. Clary Calm. Maybe you have recently given birth, or maybe you're within the first 2 years of giving birth, and you tend to have these big dips in your emotional well-being. Clary Calm. Okay, this stuff is amazing. I use it every day. It's always in my bag. This is the woman's blend. You should have it. Take it with you everywhere. Your family will thank you for it, and so will you. All right, so doTERRA is OnGuard. This oil is the oil that we have, like I said, we have it going in our diffuser. I always have it with me. It's another one that I can use like a hand sanitizer if I'm out at the park and I don't have it. This month, so I wasn't going to say this because I want this video to be able to be used all the time, but this month there are some really great specials going on with the OnGuard products. So if you're watching this in the month of May 2018, you're going to want to know about the special this month. So make sure that if you're not working with any other doTERRA wellness advocate, that you contact me so I can tell you about the special. You're going to get some amazing OnGuard products for free. And if you're working with somebody else, then make sure you contact the wellness advocate that shared this video with you. Okay. OnGuard is a combination of wild orange, cloves, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary oils. So supportive of your immune system, full of antioxidants. 1 drop of clove is the equivalent of 4 quarts of blueberries, okay? This stuff is amazing, right? Also, because it has that clove oil, you can see I'm starting to need it. That's the vocal way of clearing your throat, because if you clear your throat by coughing, it can hurt your vocal cords. So little free vocal advice for you there. Yeah, so the OnGuard essential oil can really help if you're having that sore throat. Maybe you're feeling like your lymph nodes have swollen, and that's like the sign that maybe you come into contact with something. This is a really good opportunity for you to grab some OnGuard. You can apply it to the bottoms of your feet, your spine. We just recently came back from Vegas, and I just kept noticing that everyone around me was coughing and sneezing and hacking. And I used to be like a super hypochondriac, and if somebody started coughing around me, I would just like politely like shimmy away and move to the other side of the room. And, and I would feel internally like so much angst, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get sick. But now I don't do that, because I'm like, hey, I have OnGuard and it works so well for me. I hope you feel better. And if you'd like a drop of OnGuard, then here you go. So yeah, I'm definitely much more open to being around people that might be under the weather. As we are talking, I am like loving these oils, and now I feel like I want to put some on. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like if you're watching this video and you already have oils, then I want you to go and grab your favorite oil, whatever it might be, whatever is floating your boat today. I want you to grab that oil. And so the one I'm going to use right now is Cheer. I'm using Cheer because it's a mix of mints and citrus, and it's really uplifting to the mood, and it also is very, it helps you to focus. So it's one of the emotional support oils, and I just really felt like this would be a really good oil to use right now. Ooh, it's so good. It also has clove in it. So good. All right. Okay, so now we're going to shift a bit from talking about oils and talking about essential supplements. So the supplement line that doTERRA sells is actually their best-selling product, interestingly enough, for a essential oil company. And one of the reasons it's their best-selling product is this product right here, the Alpha CRS. It's the Cellular Vitality Complex. It is super supportive of helping your mitochondria to function optimally, giving it the fuel that your mitochondria needs. So what is your mitochondria? It's the engine room of your cell. It's the thing that does the work, puts out the energy so that your cell can do its function, and that cell can induce the functions of all the other cells and organs around your body. So it's super important. Your mitochondria is a small little organelle inside of your cell, but it's super important. And a breakdown in the mitochondria, here's another Google challenge for you. I want you to Google mitochondria dysfunction or breakdown of the mitochondria, mitochondrial disruption, and look at all the things that can happen when your mitochondria are not functioning as they should. Okay, so Alpha CRS, beautiful, beautiful complex. It has been super supportive of reducing inflammation, of helping my cells. Ever since I started taking this complex, people have always, they're like, your skin is so clear, it's so beautiful. Like, I've noticed a difference. My hair is growing, my nails grow really well. They never used to. So there's been some great effects that I've been able to see. In addition, I also take the multivitamin. So the reason the multivitamin is so powerful is because it's a food-based multivitamin. It has the 22 essential vitamins and minerals that we need to support the growth and functioning of our cells. And it helps our bodies, you know, to uptake. So it's food grade, it's bioavailable, and it's standardized to give us the right amount of nutrients that our body needs every single day. Okay, awesome. It's obviously, this is not going to take the place of eating great whole foods, but in combination with eating whole foods, clean meats, and the right amounts of healthy fats, you can set yourself up for optimal health with this pack. So the third supplement that's inside of the Lifelong Vitality Pack, so that's what this pack is called, is the ZOmega. Okay, so the ZOmega is the essential fatty acid complex. It has the omega fatty acids in there. It helps with your lipid oxidation. It's a natural antioxidant. It's going to help you, it helps your cells to be protected against oxidation. Okay, so if you've heard of oxidative stress in the body, there's some major diseases that are the result of too much inflammation in the body, too much oxidation in the body. And if you can start to protect your cells from this breakdown, then you can ward off some of these, you know, degenerative types of disorders in the body. So beautiful way to support your body's health naturally and effectively. You can see there's studies that show that omega fatty acids are powerful for joint support, cardiovascular, your brain health, and your immune function. What's also beautiful about this complex in particular is that it has essential oils in it. It has frankincense, it has clove, it has, I want to say ginger. So it has essential oils in it that are going to help your stomach to be able to hold the vitamins without getting that feeling of nausea or the stomach cramping that sometimes happens when you take a multivitamin. So it's beautiful packaging. doTERRA put this thing together because they wanted to make sure that all of the people in doTERRA could have access to really great health. And so you will find that with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Beautiful thing. It's something that we order every month. So grateful that we have it. All right, so a little bit about, let's talk about natural health around the home. So one of our, you know, our environment that we live in, our home environment, can be sometimes the most toxic environment that we come in contact with, and that's because of the residue of the cleaning products and the things that we use on our surfaces in our home. And also, if you've ever heard of, the antibacterial soaps and the triclosan that has recently been recalled by the FDA because it's toxic to your body, you know, we want to keep our hands clean, but we also want to keep our bodies clean, right? Reduce the toxicity, reduce the toxic load. So that's why I love the OnGuard Foaming Hand Wash. It's a beautiful blend of spice and citrus. It's using that OnGuard Essential Oil in there. So it's going to give you all of the powerful cleansing benefits, as well as it's going to be nourishing to the body and supportive of your immune system. Awesome. All right. So I alluded to the fact that there was a deal going on this month. So doTERRA OnGuard Toothpaste, if you haven't already tried it, is actually one of the products that's being given away for free this month with a qualifying order. This one is awesome. It's great for helping to whiten the teeth, with that myrrh that's in there, it's supportive of cleansing your gums. The OnGuard protective blend is in there, so that's the OnGuard oil is in there, so that's also going to be very supportive with that clove to help your mouth to be clean and good oral hygiene. And it tastes great, so it's really, really yummy. All right, so what I want to show you now, I hope that you have been able to see how effective it can be to have your health and wellness routine changed over from maybe some of the more toxic, chemical-laden, things that maybe you use every day, thinking that this is my only option. That is what's so beautiful about working with doTERRA, is that it's giving options to people. Families and healthcare practitioners have come to know and trust doTERRA as a leader in the essential oil industry because of their commitment to offering options for better health to individuals and to their families. And so if you're a person that is really just kind of tired of the way that healthcare is going in this country, if you are a person who's recognizing that you're going to kind of have to take responsibility for your own health and educating yourself in order to know what options you have out there. And if you're a person that likes to do things that are more natural to support your body working optimally, then doTERRA is the place for you. And I'm so grateful that you found this video. So maybe you already are using doTERRA oils. That's awesome. I want to speak now to the people who maybe have never started with doTERRA and you don't know, how do you get started? What do you do? I've shown you all these beautiful products and now you're wondering, okay, well, great. How do I get them? So let me tell you. You can buy doTERRA online, but the way that doTERRA works is that you work with somebody like me, a wellness advocate. So the reason that doTERRA has chosen to promote their products through people like me, wellness advocates, is because essential oils are so powerful and they're so effective, but you need to be connected to a community of people so that you can receive the support that you need so that you will be able to use the products most effectively and safely. You will find that different wellness advocates that you work with will have different strengths. My strength is within the chemical and pharmaceutical arena. And because of my master's in chemistry and because of the work that I've done for over 12 years in the patent research industry for pharmaceuticals and biomedical things. So this is my wheelhouse to look at the ingredients of a product and to see, is this clean? Is this safe? Is this effective? And can I trust using this for my health, for my family, and recommend it to other people? So when I recommend things to people, it is from a deep sense of wanting to be with the purest intention and integrity. All right, so let me tell you the best way to buy. So the best way to get started with doTERRA is by enrolling with a kit, by getting a membership with doTERRA. So when you purchase one of their enrollment kits, you automatically get a membership. Let me show you the best kit that most people buy because it has all of the options that you're going to need. This is the Natural Solutions Kit. So we have gone over the majority of these products. It comes with the top 10 oils plus a couple more. It comes with a diffuser. It comes with the hand wash, the toothpaste, and you get a full line of the body care products, the hair products, and you get a full tube of the deep blue rub. So it's a really great kit. In addition, you're going to get an oil box that you can keep your oils in. I actually had to buy mine on my own because I didn't buy this kit, and I wish that I had. But this one is a great place to start. Now, it's $550. That does include the membership. The membership gives you 25% discount on all the products for the entire year. And then after that year, to renew, it only costs $25, and you get a free bottle of peppermint with that renewal fee. So it's just like getting a bottle of peppermint for free. So now, say you're looking at this and you're going, that's great, but I can't afford that right now. That's fine. There are other options for you as well. One of the best options, and this is the one I started with, is the Home Essentials Kit. It has the top 10 oils. We covered those oils, plus it comes with a diffuser, and it has, it's only $275. Now, what's even better is that if you order it this month, so this is the month of May when I'm recording this webinar, if you order it this month, May 2018, you will also get the OnGuard toothpaste, an extra bottle of OnGuard in the 15 milliliter bottle. You'll get that wild orange that we talked about earlier. Plus, you'll get the hand sanitizer, the OnGuard hand sanitizer spray. Really great. So for either one of these kits, either the Natural Solutions Kit or the Home Essentials Kit, you're going to get that special. Now, say you're saying, okay, that's awesome and that's great. It's still not going to work for my budget right now. No problem. We have another kit that is a really good option. So this has the top 10 oils that we covered, and it has them in the smaller bottles. So that's the 5 milliliter bottles. And you also get the peppermint beadlet. So they comes in these little gel caps. You get to take them internally, or the OnGuard beadlets. And it comes with all of that for only $150. So these are your options to get started with health naturally. Say you're like, hey, I really, really loved the fact that the Natural Solutions Kit came with balance and serenity, because I need that to help calm my anxious moods and help to soothe my, tantruming toddler. You can always add those on. Get one of the lower kits and then just add those on. So I would love to connect with you. If you are watching this at home and you are not already working with another wellness advocate, I would love to be your supporter. I would also like to invite you to connect with me on Facebook. I have a group called Everyday Aromatherapy VIP, and this is a group where I support my customers and people who come in and want to receive education, because sometimes I have other doTERRA wellness advocates in there who want to receive education from me. So I would invite you to come and to join my group. Also, you can like my Facebook page if you want to receive information as I'm continuing to give information out there. It's Essential Yoga Space, or you can visit my website, essentialyogaspace.com. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that this has been really supportive for you, and that you will share this with people that you know and love, so that they can also begin to have options for their healthcare. All right, you guys have an awesome, wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.